So, welcome to John's tiny workbench. There we are, that's all there is. It's an old IKEA computer desk, which is rather bunged up. Anyway, we've got our little P-Tol TIG micro lathe 2 all ready to go. Today's job is, this is a 3D printed chassis for an IP engineering Ruston diesel, as seen on the Welshtown Railway nowadays. There's the also 3D printed bonnet. It's very nice. It's all very nice. The problem is that the motor just screws into there. The wheels go through there, and the worm and drive wheel aren't very well located, and if anything slips, as has happened here, you end up with a completely bald set of gears. So what I've done is I've purchased one of these, which is a 3D printed gearbox, nylon gears and motor already assembled. This is from PDF models. This comes just exactly as it is. This is the 6 to 12 volt motor. I'll be running it on 9 probably. I've recently just used a 3 volt one, which is very nice, very smooth. It's highly revving, big reductions, lots of power but not very fast. So already done. We've made 2 sides, just cut them out. The critical dimensions of the wheelbase and the distance between the wheel holes and the top of the frames, and of course the length. I think this might be a bit long, but I don't think that's a problem. Need a bit more filing to smooth off the shape. But today we're going to do is turn this brass rod into 2 chassis spacers. I should show you the other chassis, but as it's on a locomotive, the other end of the line, I'll have to wait. So basically I'm just going to part these off, drill and thread them at each end, and then cut the blank off, make it the right length, drill and thread the other end. So all pretty straightforward. I'm not going to demonstrate doing it. It's basic lathe work, so I'll show you. So as promised, this is the underside of Palmer, showing a similar kind of chassis that I've made. Left to right there, you've got the round spacer axle with the old rather chewed up worm on it, and then at this end we've got the 3D gearbox, another spacer, and then it's just attached by screws and right angled press bar into the chassis. So that's that. So progress is, we've made two planks. That's just as they've been parted off. So here's 2 spacers finished, and one of them installed in the temporary axle holes. And as you can see, there's a gap. It's not because I've measured them wrong, it's because I've failed to take into account the plastic base of the motor, which is too wide and is forcing the 2 chassis halves apart. So we have to take a little recess out of each of the chassis rails there. So I've made 2 of these 23mm spacers out of square brass, but there's an error here that I haven't thought about, and that is that I can't really easily centre the holes for the screws, even though I do have a 4-jaw chuck. it's a real pain getting stuff centered in. So plan Z is to use this hexagonal, which will go in the 3 jaw, so that will form the beginning of part 2. And no, that's not a lathe injury, it's a bread knife injury.